That come from behind win on Saturday. That's a gut check weekend, man. And that speaks to baseball and the nature of baseball and why everyone's like, well, everything's unpredictable. You can win 4 in a row, then of course they go out and sweep the Sox.
But
now they're right back in it.
Well, you needed your big boys to step up, and
Vladdy did. He had 2 home runs over the weekend. That home run he hit on Friday, that was Barrios and Vladdy. That's what happened on Friday night. Barrios pitched to Gem. Vladdy had a big 3-run bomb. That was it.
I'll give somebody credit for one maneuver that was pulled, and you guys both know me. Guess which one it was?
I'm not
sure.
John
Schneider telling Chappie to sit down, and Biggio's going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like that really wasn't something that was going to happen. I don't know.
Biggio's been red hot. And Biggio was...
Dude, no kidding.
He factored in all weekend in terms of a winning run, tying run, what he was doing on the bases. He's getting on base a lot. His numbers have been very, very solid for the better part of a month and a half. And I'll credit the organization because they stayed true to Kevin Biggio for a while there when it was looking like this guy was just kind of...
Well, he was very good last year.
They couldn't find a position for him. They still don't have an everyday position for him. But it was as if they were trying to build up this utility player who could show up in clutch moments.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they found in September. And now you're going down to New York. You're playing the Yankees. The Yankees aren't playing for anything, similarly to what Boston just ran into.
Right.
Tampa is still
dangerous, though, man. It's dangerous time of year, Hazy.
Yeah.
Going down to play the Yankees and to think that they got nothing cooking is a dangerous game.
Well, and the Jays, listen, we've been through this so many times over the course of the year. They've played a lot of ball games to understand that they are very unpredictable. And they could go down to New York and sweep the Yankees. They could go down there and get swept, and it wouldn't surprise anybody.
Right.
That's, I think, where Blue Jay fans are a little bit, frustrated, but also a little bit confused and conflicted is who are
Where's
you?
What is this?
What are you going to be?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now you really not only battled back, what happened over the weekend was everything else broke their way. Seattle and Texas getting swept. Seattle getting swept to the Dodgers is not shocking because the Dodgers are who they are. Texas not only getting swept by Cleveland, they got rocked.
Dude,
they got
I heard it from
crushed
Jay
by
Onright.
Cleveland.
He's like, these guys are in the second wild card. And I was like, a second wild card?
Yes.
We were leaving them for dead last week. So I love the turnaround, and I don't care what happened with the other teams. They showed some jam, and they played well.
Well,
perfect.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you get swept 4 games in a row at home against Texas,
that had never happened
and
never happened before, and the aggregate score was what
35-9 or something. Yeah. You're going to get criticized. You deserve the criticism. I don't take back a thing we said last week. They deserve everything they got.
Right.
But then, if you're going to be fair, which we are on this show, and we certainly try to be, is you got to give them their flowers when it's like, hey, they decided this isn't going to be the end of our season. We're going to go out there and continue to compete. And I expect that they will continue to compete. I'm not sitting here guaranteeing to make the playoffs, but it's now back in the driver's seat. Again, I was looking at the statistical odds of them making it. They're back up to almost 80%, which is where they were before game 1 against Texas.
Yeah.
They're back in the driver's seat. And Texas is going to play Seattle a lot, right? They still got them 7 more times. And basically, I think if you're a Blue Jay fan, what you're hoping is one of the teams crushes the other. Win 5 out of 7, 6 out of 7. And fine, you can pass the Jays. That'd be great because then maybe the Jays finish with the 3rd wild card. They go to Minnesota as opposed to going to Tampa. But it doesn't matter who is riding with you. It's just a matter of that they don't kind of go back and forth and jockey for position. Just let one team get dummied, and then you can backdoor your way into the playoffs.
Exactly.
And that's where you're at. So,
well, they had a good weekend. They needed it, and
they pitched
some
well.
of their big boys
resilient.
stepped up. And
Vladdy's up to 24 home runs. He had 2 over the weekend.